Voice of a Doctor, and I'm Dr. Atse. I want to thank every one of you who have liked, subscribed, sent in your words of encouragement, and you have shared this channel. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, I would recommend that you go through the channel trailer to have an understanding of what this channel is all about. Today's topic is one that I have picked based on majority of requests to the email, and this brings me to letting you know that against next week or future weeks to come, if you have a topic that you are interested in and you would like me to talk about, please drop your message at voiceofadoctor@gmail.com and I would look at it and respond appropriately. So what is our topic today? It's no other one but menopause. Right, what is menopause? It's a tricky topic and lots of people find it difficult to understand. But I'd like to start by saying that menopause is a natural process that happens in a woman, and it does come with its symptoms as well as its its effects in our individual lives. I want to start by saying also that everything that's got a beginning has got an end, and so once upon a time you started seeing your period and now it's menopause. So menopause is the time in a woman's life where she stops seeing her period. Now there's a age group to this, right? It ranges from women in their 40s all the way to women in their 50s. Now, for a woman in the 40s, we would say that such a woman has attained menopause if she has stopped seeing her period for at least 2 years, and this is consecutive 2 years. And in women over the ages of 50, we would say they have attained menopause if they have stopped seeing their period for 1 year. So like I said, there are symptoms, and the first thing is, of course, not seeing a period. But a lot of the changes also happens, right? One of them is a beginning of having erratic or irregular periods. Okay, so someone who has always had, right on clock, you have it every 28 days or every 32 days, it's quite regular, you could predict it coming. But when menopause starts coming in, you might not have it for 2 months and then it comes back. So it's irregular, it's erratic, it could be heavy or it could be scanty. So these are the first signs that symptoms that you get. And of course, because there is a lot of changes going on, and I'm going to talk about these changes pretty soon, other symptoms that such a woman could present with are things like feeling tired all the time, okay? Having a kind of brain fog, so you just can't remember things, memory is gone, you're just tired, you need a push, you feel very lazy and tired. Menopause also could present with a loss of the quality of the bone. So such a woman easily, the integrity of the bone starts to decline, and this happens especially within the first 2 years, okay, the early phases of menopause. Another thing that one could experience is vaginal dryness. So you're having a lot of dryness down there. So some people could present with frequency of urination or urgency. So there's burning, there's frequency, there is a kind of discomfort, okay? This all comes from dryness. Still on the area of vaginal dryness, these people could have painful sexual intercourse because of all the changes that is going on in there. Again, because of because of these changes, they could easily bleed, okay, during any sexual exercise. Other things that happen is that such a woman could have change in weight. Okay, so increase weight gain. Okay, metabolism is slow, and this you would understand leads to weight gain, leads to things like constipation. Okay. Other the symptoms, they go on and on. So we've talked about brain fog. We've talked about feeling tired all the time. We've talked about a kind of slow metabolic system, which could lead to things like constipation, will lead to weight gain. We've also talked about dryness down there, and as such, a woman presents with urinary symptoms as well as a decline in sexual urge and discomfort and pain during sexual exercises. So as time goes on, I would mention other symptoms. Another thing I want to say here is that there's also an emotional change. So some of these women could present with things like they're easily irritable, or they're tearful. So any little thing, you just see them crying. Okay. They are slow, they are quick to, they get angry easily. Okay. So this is another symptom that they will, you could present with during menopause. So why does this all happen? I know I said it's a natural process in the body, and we have also talked about what we would expect during pregnancy. But why is it? What really happens? So what really happens is that as we attain puberty, right, a certain hormone in the body starts to mature, starts to develop, and this is the progesterone and estrogen. Okay, it goes on in life. You find this body changes and all of that happening. Okay, but when we get to a certain age, these hormone levels, they start to decline. So as progesterone and estrogen declines, this is when we have all of these symptoms that I have talked about. These hormones, they are very good. They help you, they give you that beauty that a woman radiates. We're looking at the skin, we're talking of elasticity, we're talking about the curves and, everything that makes a woman look a woman. So as these hormones decline, you find a kind of elasticity that is there begins to drop. So you also find some skin changes in menopause. And also you find that some women in menopause tend to have more, they change in their physique. I don't want to use the word masculine, but there's a bit of changes also that happens. Perhaps also we're looking at the weight gain that happens, okay, and that goes on. Also because these hormones drop, the biggest presentation is that of the hot flushes, right? We find that most women have really hot flush that comes down from the head and goes down. So they describe something like the heat. Some people say it's burning, some say it's peppery. It flows from the head down, you go all red and hot and really, really flushed. These symptoms, right, they come in right from the onset of menopause, and as time progresses, one tends to feel better. It is difficult to say when they go away. Everyone is different, and so everyone presents in different ways, right? We have talked about the natural causes of menopause. At this stage, I want to talk about other causes. Now, if it isn't a natural process, what else could make menopause happen in a woman? Now, in some ladies, they have a premature cessation in these feminine hormones that I have talked about. And so you could see premature menopause in younger women as early as in their 30s. And sometimes it runs in the family. So one could say that, oh, my mom attained menopause in her 30s. Okay, so we know that, okay, in such and such family, they do get it early. Another cause could be as a result of a surgical procedure. Okay, so if, for example, one's ovaries had to be removed, then this will be the beginning of menopause for such a person, because these hormones are produced in the ovaries. Um, Having said so, all other causes could be coming from an illness, okay, um, where these so an illness that has led to this process taking place prematurely. Today I'm just gonna round up here. We have talked about menopause, we have talked about the presentation, and we have talked about the causes. Next week, I'm going to talk fully on how it can be treated and what we could do to live life, you know, at its best, even with these disturbing symptoms at the peak of our lives. I would encourage us to tune in next Saturday to listen to the second part of the topic, menopause. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you all on Saturday.